Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada has released its latest processing time update for April 2026, and the new numbers show a system moving in very different directions at the same time. Some categories are improving in a meaningful way, while others are becoming much slower and more difficult for applicants to navigate. The strongest improvement appears in citizenship processing. Citizenship grants are now taking about 12 months, which is 1 month faster than in March and 2 months faster than in February. The citizenship queue has also started to shrink for the first time this year, which is an encouraging sign that decisions are finally being made faster than new cases are piling up. Citizenship certificates remain at about 10 months, while some more specialized citizenship services still have limited data or much longer wait times. Permanent resident cards are also performing well. A new permanent resident card is now taking about 51 days, while renewals are taking about 27 days. These figures have improved steadily over recent weeks and remain among the most reliable processing categories in the entire system. Passport services continue to be even more stable, with in-person applications in Canada taking about 10 business days and mailed applications around 20 business days. Urgent and express pickup services also remain consistent. In family sponsorship, the picture is far less stable. Sponsorship for spouses and common law partners outside Canada remains relatively unchanged in non-Quebec cases at about 15 months, while Quebec cases improve to about 32 months. Inside Canada, non-Quebec spousal sponsorship worsened to 24 months, but Quebec cases improved sharply to about 31 months. The most dramatic change in the entire update is in Quebec parents and grandparents sponsorship. That category jumped to about 67 months, rising by more than 20 months in a single monthly update. This is by far the biggest surge in any major stream and stands out as a major warning sign for affected applicants. Non-Quebec parents and grandparents cases, by contrast, remain much lower at about 34 months. In humanitarian and protected persons categories, severe delays continue. Humanitarian and compassionate applications both inside and outside Quebec still take more than 10 years in some cases. Protected persons inside Quebec are taking about 114 months, while dependents of protected persons outside Quebec improved to about 32 months. Even with that improvement, this part of the system remains one of the most heavily backlogged. Economic immigration streams are showing mixed results. The Canadian experience class remains at about 7 months, but the queue has grown dramatically, rising by more than 20,000 applicants since February. That suggests future pressure could eventually push processing times higher. The federal skilled worker program improved slightly to 6 months, making it one of the few positive developments in economic immigration. Provincial nominee programs remain mostly unchanged, while Quebec business immigration still sits at a very high 78 months. The Atlantic immigration program worsened sharply, rising to 40 months after previously sitting much lower. Temporary resident processing times are also split. Visitor visas from India improved significantly and dropped to about 28 days, which is a major improvement from earlier this year. Visitor visas from the United States, Nigeria, Pakistan, and the Philippines vary, but most remain far more manageable than visitor record extensions inside Canada. That extension category has now climbed to about 306 days, becoming one of the most troubling temporary resident figures in the system. Study permits remain fairly steady, although Pakistan stands out with much slower timelines than several other countries. Work permits are mostly stable, but inside Canada, work permit processing, including extensions, has reached about 253 days. By comparison, the Seasonal Agricultural Worker Program and International Experience Canada remain relatively fast. Overall, this update shows real progress in citizenship, permanent resident cards, passports, and some visitor visa streams. But it also highlights serious pressure points, especially in Quebec parents and grandparents sponsorship, visitor record extensions, the Atlantic Immigration Program, and the growing Canadian Experience Class backlog. For applicants, the message is clear. Monitor updates closely, file complete applications as early as possible, and prepare for major differences depending on the stream.